Kenjaku is the name on everyone that watches Jujutsu Kaisen's lips right now. The person who has jumped from body to body for generations. The mastermind of the show of Jujutsu Kaisen from episode 1, stealing the body of one of the most important characters in the franchise. But amongst going from body to body, he had a purpose, and that was trying to create something so great that he himself would not be able to comprehend. But he failed many times. We are going to look at Kenjaku's pure aim and intentions with his creations, the failures that he had along the way, and how it has led to him to create this mastermind plan. What's up guys, my name is JX here. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We're aiming for around 115 likes to be exact, and I believe in you guys to do so. Now let's just see some of Kenjaku's flopped attempts. To begin, Kenjaku is a man that has lived for years on end. Even during the times of Sukuna, he was most definitely part of the Heian era. He made contracts with many sorcerers in the past, and while conjuring his plan, a millennium long plan, surviving merely by being able to hop from body to body and creating his master plan in the process, all with the goal to optimize cursed energy. Cursed spirits, non-sorcerers, and sorcerers all have a part to play in the fueling of optimizing cursed energy from human beings. The ability to max out human potential through trial and error, and Choso was the subject of this. This was difficult because of the birth of the 6 eyes and limitless users that were born every time one died. Kenjaku even killed the star plasma vessel and the 6 eye user as a baby to stop the interference with his plans. But it didn't work. When they would die, they'll always be brought back to life again until he sealed Gojo away, meaning the fear of Gojo was no longer there. He has been trying his best to create something that was worthwhile. Now the thing with Kenjaku that makes him different from everyone else is the fact that people don't realize he's a scientist. He's a person that always tries to make sure he can find the further evolution of cursed energy. He's been shown to be consistent throughout the whole series of Jujutsu Kaisen. He's always intrigued, always trying to find something more, and for someone that's lived for 1,000 years, it makes complete sense. Kenjaku's motives have always been clear from the beginning. Through using Yuji Itadori as an experiment, through using Choso as an experiment, through when the time one of the women was able to have 9 abortions, you can see this guy was a mad lad. He was a person that just wanted to experiment and see if he can find the core essence of cursed energy and be able to make it evolve into a state that has never been comprehended ever, and that itself will give him satisfaction. Kenjaku openly even tells Choso while he was beating the dog out of him that he and his brothers are all failures, and he doesn't even need to use any higher level curse because he knows he'll be able to beat them just with low level. Choso was upset because he was trying to insult his brothers. Choso doesn't mind being cussed out. In fact, he has no absolute problem with it, but when you talk about his brothers, that's when it becomes the ultimate problem. Not only that, he actually even looks down on Choso to the point where he said, "You should be proud of me just talking to you," showing how much he actually dislikes Choso from being a failure. But one person that was a success for Kenjaku was Yuji, and Yuji's part was only to be a vessel. The fact that he's a vessel and cursed spirits can be attracted to him due to Sukuna being alive inside of him, that is all he wanted him for. Generate as much as possible cursed spirits to be attracted towards the Culling games and towards other areas, so then he can optimize the cursed energy and even go for more that's beyond. This guy is a pure scientist. But a new lane was open as soon as he attained the body of Noritoshi Kamo. That man, Noritoshi Kamo, has a title of the evilest Jujutsu sorcerer in history, and boy oh boy is he evil. He was able to find a special woman who was outcasted by family, friends, due to being pregnant with a cursed spirit child and being born with mixed blood of cursed spirit and human. This led her to run into a temple in where she found Noritoshi Kamo, and he experimented on her. 9 pregnancies, 9 abortions. This created the woman to be a prisoner of his curiosity also. Anything to do with her past or history was eradicated. No one knows what happened to her to this day. Each of these babies had a name, but the 3 that Kenjaku was most interested in was Choso, Eso, and Ketchisu, the people that were able to be special grades. They were force-fed into humans and then were born, due to them being cursed objects. Kenjaku testing them, seeing their capabilities and their potential, but it wasn't enough. Choso, when first confronting him, was mentioning Kenjaku as one of the 3 parents, between the mother, the cursed spirit that impregnated the mother, and Kenjaku himself, who was mixing in the blood. Choso was the firstborn and was the prisoner of Kenjaku's intellectual curiosity, and sealed the way for 150 years. But as time went on, Kenjaku lost interest in Choso and left him to do whatever he really wanted. And this led to Choso always repeatedly angrily attacking Kamo for everything he's done, and especially trying to get him to kill Yuji Itadori. The fact that he almost murdered his own brother made him so sick, and that's actually the way he found out, because he almost killed him. Choso always from now on was bearing hatred towards Kenjaku. But Kenjaku himself really doesn't care. In fact, he just says he doesn't need him anymore. He's pretty much useless. But a question that has always been lingering is, why did he get the body of Noritoshi Kamo? He's a smart man, so he knows the reasons why he would get each and everyone's body. And in my guess, Mekamaru also mentioned this. Choso was a person that practically had no weaknesses. The ability to have your blood leave your body and not costing anything. He can repeatedly lose blood, like against Naiwa Zenin. This is actually quite unique and borderline perfection. Mekamaru also expressed the Kamo family to be the most balanced out of the 3 Jujutsu family. In addition, the added poison from being from the Kamo family and the fact that he can mix his blood with his attacks proves to be a great addition to the power of Choso, which was expressed through the fight against Naiwa Zenin, engulfing himself with a sea of blood and poisoning him in the process. Not only that, but he has doping effects, which gives the ultimate enhancement to the body. As interesting as this is, it was still not enough for Kenjaku. He wanted more than that. He wanted something that was beyond his complete control. Something that would be unstoppable. Why, you ask? Because it's pretty cool. Fascinating, as he would say. He laughed. He then went ahead to create Yuji. Kenjaku used the body of a woman. It must have been useful for the experiment of Yuji, as he was able to manufacture a vessel for Sukuna. This was 1 in a million chance of working out, but Kenjaku made it work, setting up the finger in his vicinity. Itadori was a man of great potential, being newly introduced and helped in the journey as a sorcerer by Gojo and the likes of others. Kenjaku was able to create someone that was able to suppress the most powerful being in existence in his lifespan that he knows of. The possibilities of getting his cursed technique, immunity to poison, the ability to tap into much more cursed energy, and more is outstanding. We to this day don't know what exactly Yuji is born with to be able to have super strength without any knowledge of cursed energy, but we will have to wait and see. Choso and Kenjaku are about to most likely have their last battle, and let's see if Choso can be able to pull through and prove Kenjaku wrong. It's definitely been a long time coming, and I know he wants to avenge the people that he loves, and the only way to do so is by getting problem number 1 out of the way, and that is being Kenjaku. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure to comment down below if you believe Kenjaku was formed to be a successfully effed up villain. And while you're at it, you might as well subscribe. We're trying to hit 15k before the end of the year, and as I say to the new and old people that come and visit my channel, Njana.